It was one of those evenings when the sky feels heavy, when the kind of rain falls that makes the whole world look tired. Under an old, broken roadside shed sat a homeless man named Daniel. His clothes were wet, his hands were cold, and his only belonging was a small umbrella, its fabric torn, its handle crooked. But to him, it was enough to survive the night. As he watched people rushing through the storm, his eyes stopped on one man, a well-dressed gentleman running without an umbrella, drenched from head to toe, struggling to shield his phone and documents from the rain. Something in that moment touched Daniel. Maybe it was the way the man shivered. Maybe it was the loneliness in his eyes. Or maybe Daniel just knew what it felt like to be helpless. He stood up slowly, gripping his old umbrella. His shoes squished in the muddy water as he walked toward the stranger. The man looked confused as Daniel came close. But before he could say anything, the homeless man gently held out the umbrella and said, "Take this, sir. I've lived through harsher rains than this. You shouldn't suffer today." The stranger stared at him, surprised, almost speechless. He asked, "But this is all you have. Why are you giving it to me?" Daniel smiled, the kind of smile that carries years of struggle and kindness at the same time. He replied softly, "Sometimes the little we give becomes the much someone needs." The stranger didn't know what to answer. He simply took the umbrella, whispered, "Thank you," and kept looking back as he walked away, as if he had just witnessed something rare. A week passed. The stormy night became a forgotten memory for the city, but not for the stranger. Because that stranger, Michael, was not just anyone. He was the owner of a large company in that very area. One morning, while looking out of his office window, Michael noticed a familiar face standing near the front gate. The same homeless man, Daniel. He was asking the security guard if there was any small work available, cleaning, carrying goods, anything at all. Michael didn't wait a second. He rushed downstairs, almost running. "Daniel?" he called out. The homeless man turned, confused for a moment. Then Michael showed him the same old umbrella, still with raindrops dried on its edge. "Do you remember me?" he said, smiling softly. "You helped me when you had nothing. Let me return the kindness you showed." Daniel didn't know how to react. For the first time in years, someone looked at him, not with pity, but with respect. Michael took him inside the building, offered him warm clothes, a hot meal, and a place to sit. Later that day, he told him, "From today, you're not homeless. You're part of our company. You have a job, a room, and family here." Daniel's eyes filled with tears, not because he received help, but because someone finally saw his humanity.
Kindness doesn't need money. It just needs a heart that still cares. And what you give with love always finds its way back to you.